We're live. This is Rich Lieberman. It is Thursday in the PM on the Bay Area Media Pulse. I have been covering this story from day one and have told you that Dion Lim has been working pretty much without a contract. Uh, and there's a lot of little subplots to that, which I'll explain. She's staying for the time being. She doesn't have an iron clad, rock solid contract. But there's enough industry word through various people, some of them sources, contacts, etc., that she is pretty much here as long as they want her, as long as she doesn't suddenly get, I don't know, an offer from New York or ABC down in LA or 24/7 like ABC, which is ABC News now. Speaking of subplots, there is this tension, and they're both professional. I'll give them that. So they're not going to show it outward. But believe me, folks, there is tension between Dion Lim, who has built up a following, not just amongst viewers, but the hierarchy, whatever that is, because the general manager split. Zabrowski is his name. Tom went back to New York, where he worked at Good Morning America. He's now with CBS in some, I don't know, paperclip capacity. Sounds like a big to-do job. What it does, he leaves the Bay Area, goes back to New York, where he has lineage. That's a whole nother story. But there really is no upper management now. Even the news director is completely bogus. Tracy Watkowski Silva, otherwise known as Trixie. Boy, is she beloved. Wink, wink. Christian Z, been there almost 30 years, has respect amongst the rank and file only because she's been there that long. Dion Lim. Is there tension between Lim and Z? There is. As a matter of fact, Christian Z was rooting, almost salivating at the chance that Dion Lim would vacate 900 front. Why? Because there's a battle there. First off, let's get some things out of the way. Z is an anchor. Of course she is. She's never going to be the head anchor. She doesn't have enough presence. She doesn't have enough style. She is competent enough to read the teleprompter, does all the things they tell her. But she also builds up walls, ladies and gentlemen, because of the fact she thinks her you-know-what doesn't stink. Therefore, there are a lot of people who are intimidated by her. This is not just off-air people, but on-air people too. She likes to make clear, without being so clear, the fact that she runs the place, so to speak. Well, she doesn't. But she has allies like Trixie, the news director, who, by the way, speaking of Zabrowski's general manager position, is applying for that job. I don't think they're going to give it to her. I don't think they're going to give it to her because I think they're not that stupid. They know that she's got quite a bit of people who don't like her. It's not even a matter of professional dislike. It's the way she runs things. She doesn't run a good operation. She curries favor amongst those people there. She likes to tell everybody, I'm the boss. And she has allies. Oh, by the way, like Kristen Z, even though she's been there 30 years, a bit thereabouts. Guess who's in her line of fire? None other than Dion Lim. The thing about Dion Lim, to be clear, because I've been asked this quite a bit. Oh, you're a fan. Why are you a fan? You criticize, you mocked her. I mocked her is the wrong word. I ripped her because when she first came along, I thought her delivery was awkward and very weird, to use a trait, a word that I kind of dislike. She had kind of this nasal sounding voice, very odd, very robotic. Suddenly, she found herself. She grew on me. She came to being somewhat normal again and developed quite a following, not just at ABC7 viewership, but in the Asian community by and large in the Bay Area. She does a lot of social media postings. She's very protective of her background, of her Asian lineage, which I appreciate. She got a lot of flack for that. By whom? Z. And by the way, who else? And we're talking real sternness, outward and inward hostility. Julian Glover, the snitch, the guy they brought in from Cleveland. But I won't go there just yet. I've always said a story within a story. So keep that in your background. The bottom line is this: Z basically doesn't like Lim. Lim doesn't care for Z. Again, they're both professionals. They're going to work it out. But clearly, Dion Lim wanted two things that she didn't have before. And I think she has it now somewhat. Dion Lim didn't want the weekend, which in real light is a vast nothingville. It's very desolate around 900 front, both inside and outside the offices near the Embarcadero. It's not exactly right there in the thick of town, although with downtown San Francisco what it is, even on the Embarcadero, read all the stories, look at all the visual images. Dion Lim wanted out of the weekend. Ideally, and they promised this to her, that they would consider her very highly as a potential co-anchor in prime time during the week, Monday through Friday, say 5 or 6 and 11, which she really liked. Now, in this latest contract renewal, folks, it's nothing official. It never is. Unless, as I've said before, you have a personal services contract. And that's strictly, they will pay you no matter what, unless you do something crazy and stupid, unlawful. They told her, Dion Lim and her agent, we will try mightily to involve you in some capacity in prime time, Monday through Friday, which she clearly wants. She doesn't have much leverage, nor did they. In fact, the word was in my associates who told me that she may have been opting to get, and she got her way here, to get more money as a way of saying, okay, we want to play ball with you. We never said we didn't want to play ball with you, but we're going to play ball with you and we're going to give you a little extra, something that everybody pretty much likes in this world. And that's more moolah, which is what they did. It's not a lot because they don't pay a lot in the world of local TV news, even big markets, especially Disney, the mouse mafia, as I call them, because they're very selective in their ways and means. They don't like paying even their stars. I'm talking about news people, unless you're George Stephanopoulos or David Muir. Don't get me going on that. Back to local, 900 front, KGO TV, Circle 7. So Lim's going to stay on indefinite. Her contract was up on Monday, April the 7th. But nobody was playing hardball. Everybody understood that there was a certain mechanism that was in full evidence. She pretty much wanted to stay. She doesn't want the weekends. And she wanted some real contrite indications from the bosses, whomever they are, but there's a few, mostly Disney, ABC News execs, that she was potentially going to be given strong consideration, not just by her own ambition, her own volition, but maybe by circumstances, right, folks? People come and go, they retire. Now, I don't think Dan Ashley is going anywhere as long as he wants to stay there. He's not getting paid the big mungo bucks that in the old days he was. But clearly, I would say in pecking order, Dion Lim is way over everybody except Ashley. That would include Amadeus. That would include Larry Beal. That's a lot. There's nothing written in stone, but she got more money. And they're going to try to do everything they can to get her the anchor desk between 5 or even 4 and 11. She's not going anywhere. She never wanted to go anywhere unless it was something biggie like a network anchor job like ABC News Now, which is basically their equivalent of the CBS News 24/7, which, oh, by the way, as reported here, Dion Lim auditioned for. So clearly she has very ambitious lofts, wants to do various things, not Saturday and Sunday. I think she just hung out there because she was figuring, with good reason, that they would get her over to Monday through Friday. She wants that now. But make no mistake, the original point here, Z, who is about 25 years older than Dion Lim, clearly is sensitive, is sort of, shall we say, leery of a Dion Lim who they both share the same lineage. They both have tremendous appeal amongst Asian viewership, which is a big to do, especially women too. But make no mistake about it. There is tension there. There are two sides trying to portray one as the almighty prophet, and the other one is simply inferior and not worthy. I wouldn't say that would be 100%, but it's there. And the people at ABC7 know it's there. It's very difficult sometimes to make less of it because it's a major thing. For the time being, Lim is there waiting for her opportunity, maybe by not just her own talent, but by circumstances. Those things are very out there, believe me. You know, TV news people come and go. There used to be a lot more stability at Channel 7. No longer. It's no longer the family affair because you know why? The Mouse Mafia has taken over and the upper management at KGO just doesn't exist. Believe me, Trixie has her favorites. She's on both sides here of the ledger, which makes it even that more difficult. But keep in mind, these things, they always find a way of solving themselves out. Somebody leaves, somebody retires, somebody goes to another opportunity other than, of course, Dion Lim. Kirsten Z, lots of things could happen for the time being, too. She's sticking around. Why wouldn't she? She's got a lot of tenure at KGO. I thought I'd give you up to minute on that subject matter. Thanks for all of your feedback, good, bad, indifferent. Please become a subscriber. You never know what you're going to get here, literally and figuratively. And I mean that in a nice way. Thank you for watching, as always. Keep it here. Tell your friends, your enemies, your lawyer, your doctor. I'm doing my Len Tillum impression. Remember him, Len Tillum? KGO Radio. I'm Len Tillum. How come you're calling a lawyer? Okay, so we have that out of the way. So please become a member and you'll get all the little tidbits here because nobody, and I do mean nobody in the Bay Area, this Bay Area, covers the media, gives an opinion or two every now and then, and has some information and, of course, obviously, entertainment. It might be good, it might be bad, but it'll never be in the middle. You'll always get something. Please also, when you subscribe, mention your name, of course. If you would like, I will personally thank you. Which, by the way, if you are able to, this site, Rich, Me, Law, is funded by you. I make my money, or in this case, survive because of viewer support. That's why I'm not beholden to advertisers because they would probably get in my way and say, you know what, we really don't like you to say this. We want you to say this. And folks, I don't want to do that. The only people I want to be beholden to is you, all of you. Even the negative nabobs, even the people that think I sucko. But that's not the case. You're here because I am live pretty much every day, a few days every now and then to breathe, to sleep, and to recover from very urgent and very, shall we say, progressive viruses that don't always go away after a week or two or three or four. Anyway, you got me here. I hope you're having a great end of the week. Happy Easter early. Happy Passover early. And here is me saying so long for now. But thanks for watching. Please contribute to this site. Any amount is very welcome. And I will also personally thank you for donating to 415 Media. Thank you.